Hi guys, welcome to my live. Welcome, Karen. Today I'll be talking about hair porosity. That's what I'll be talking about today. I have been doing some research. I didn't even know about hair porosity until lately, but it seemed to be a major thing when it comes to hair. It's very important that we know what type of porosity hair we have. It's very important. Sometimes we might see somebody's hair looking so good, so healthy, so thick, and so nice, and then you might ask the person, what are you using in your hair? And they might tell you what they're using, and you're like, okay, that sounds cool. And then you go ahead and buy what you go to the store, and then you buy whatever it is that they are using, and start using it in your hair, only to realize that it's not working for you. It's just not working for you, and then you wonder why. Why is this thing not working for me? That is because everyone has a different type hair. Yes, I mean, persons have similar type hair, yes, but it's important that you find out what type of hair you have, so you do what's best for your hair and use the right products for your hair and the right treatment for your hair, for your type hair. Okay, so welcome, Patricia. Somebody that is new to, because I didn't really know about porosity growing up. I'm like, I used to just comb my hair and just use whatever it is that I have in my hair, right? So it's new to me too. So I'm just doing the research. I'm not a professional. I'm just studying and learning, and I say, okay, I'm gonna share it with you guys. Share it on my page, so we can all learn together. Okay? Yes. So someone might ask, what the heck is porosity? Like, what are you talking about? So according to the Webster's dictionary, right? Let me get my notes. Let me get it. Where is it? Okay, so porosity is a measure of the void spaces in a material and is a fraction of the volume of voids over the total volume. Okay, so it comes from the word porous. So it has to do with the quality or state of being, the ratio of volume of interstites, what's that word? I'm not sure, of a material to the volume of its mass. Okay, hair porosity is about your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture. The porosity of your hair affects how well oils and moisture pass in and out of the outermost layer of your hair, known as the cuticle, right? So it's the amount of spaces that your hair has. Persons with low porosity, their cuticles are closed, so it's harder for moisture like oils or water to get into the hair, right? So you realize, if you have low porosity hair, whenever you try to wet your hair, it takes a longer time for your hair to get wet. And when you look at your hair, you'll see the beads, you see the water like just standing on your hair when you have low porosity. When you have high porosity hair, the cuticles are open, so therefore it takes the moisture in quickly. So as you go under the water and wet your hair, it wets easily. And even when you put moisturizer on your hair, it absorbs the moisture quickly when you have high porosity hair. But as easy as it absorbs the moisture, it loses it also because of the cuticles are so open. So you realize that with high porosity hair, you have to moisturize your hair often, even like twice a day. Once a day or twice a day, it depends, because you realize your hair is always dry. So you have to moisturize it often to maintain that moisture. Because if it's not moisturized, then it's going to break and then it's going to shed and you're going to lose your hair. Right? So I found out that I'm just finding this out, that I have high porosity hair. Because okay, so they also, you might think and wonder how you know the difference. How are you going to know what type of hair you have if you have low porosity or high porosity? I might be all over the place, but just bear with me. So they have this test that you can do. You put your hair in a glass of water, clear, like a clear glass, and if your hair floats on top, you have low porosity hair, right? Because it's hard for the hair to absorb the water. And if it floats to the middle, you have normal, and if it goes all the way to the bottom, you have high porosity hair. So here is a glass of water, and I put your hair have to be clean. It has to be clean. It has to be you have to wash it first, get rid of all the oils and all of those things out of your hair first, right? And then you comb it out, and that hair that you have left, then you put it in the water, right? So I tried that. You can see, if you look closely, you might be able to see the hair. It is sitting right on the top. Maybe I should have done it from last night, like do it for like overnight, but it's still sitting there. So what this is telling me is that I have low porosity hair, which is not. I don't think it's so. I've been researching, and they're saying this test is not really accurate, right? So the best way to find out is you should know your hair, right? So look at the characteristics of your hair. When you wet your hair, is it easy for it to get wet? When you oil it, does the moisturizer stays in your hair for like days, or do you have to moisturize often? So things like those, look at those things and check, and then you can know what type of hair you have, if you have low porosity, normal, or high porosity. There's a myth. Persons will think that, okay, low porosity means my hair is damaged, it's not healthy. Actually, it's the opposite of that. If you have low porosity hair, your hair is actually, it's quite healthy. It's high porosity hair that is that needs the work, that needs a lot of work, okay, or extra work to get it where it needs to be. So low porosity hair has cuticles that are bound very close together. Let me see if I can show you. Let me see if I can show you like a picture of it, okay? Hair porosity. If you can, let me see if you can see it. Okay. So here you have low porosity. If you look, you see that the cuticles are closed. No, and this would be medium. It's not that bad. With the high porosity, the cuticles are like really open. So yeah. And then even if you use like a microscope and stuff and look at your hair, you look at the follicles and stuff, you'll see, you can see. Yeah, so that's a hair strand right there. So with the high porosity hair now, the moisture and everything, it gets in easy, but it comes out as quick as it goes in, it comes back out. So you have to moisturize often. Okay. Yeah, so and with the normal, it has cuticles that are slightly less bound, and high porosity has cuticles that are more widely spread out. I just told you guys about how you can test to find out what type of hair you have. So wash the product out of your hair first, and you can test it with that. But it's not that accurate. I wouldn't really use the water to test to see what type of hair I have. Just use it. You should know, I mean, what works for your hair, what you realize over a period of time, and what's happening, right? And it's also said that the new growth hair would be low porosity, because it's not, it would have less product on it, less manipulation and all of these things. So what you do with the root of your hair, you know, the ends of your hair been there for a while, so it might need more extra care. So according to Chambers Harris, he said that technically low porosity hair is in a healthy state, which goes against the myth that low porosity hair means unhealthy, right? So low porosity hair is actually healthy hair that is not being moisturized correctly. The cuticle layers is intact, but you are not moisturizing properly, so it becomes dry and tangled. So you might have low porosity hair, and based on how you're treating it, it becomes high porosity. It gets damaged. You ever hear of something called pre-poop? No, sorry, not pre-poop. Pre-poo. So pre-poo is using an oil on your hair before shampooing it. I've never done that before. I don't know if you guys have ever done that before. It's actually good, they say. Our ancestors, that's what they used to do. So use an oil that can penetrate your hair strands before you shampoo it. Oh, so you're saying you have low porosity hair and you feel like you need to get it to high porosity. No, if you have low porosity hair, it's actually good that you have low porosity hair. They say it's a myth that low porosity hair is not good and it's damaged. It's a high porosity one that is damaged. Don't take my word for it, guys. Don't take it as law. You can do your own research and find out and see. Yes, so they say pre-poo is good. If you look at ancient cultures, they usually tended to oil their hair before cleansing it. So it's good when you find out the oil that is best to use. They say for high porosity hair, avocado oil, castor oil is good for high porosity hair. Yes. And like shea butter is good, because with the high porosity hair, some hair products are too much, it's too thick, you don't need that much product on your hair. So just don't use what everybody else is using in your hair and run with it. Find out what's best for you. Okay, so somebody made a comment that said that more often more The porosity means pores, and it's more open, like it have more space, and the more moisture can enter and escape, and vice versa. Yeah. So let me give you a few characteristics of the high porosity hair. The cuticles are wide open, easy to moisture, and it's also easy to lose the moisture. It's usually dry and dull, and when you like shampoo it, it dries easily. It dries really quick, and it sheds easy too. What you must do with high porosity hair, you have to avoid things to avoid heat and coloring. There you it was they I even found out that when you have high porosity hair, you don't even need that much heat treatment. You don't even need a lot of heat treatment, because heat because of the pores are so they're open. You don't really need that much heat. You can just probably just put on a little plastic hat, and that's it. You don't really need to go under a, what do you call those things? Yes, right. You don't need all of that. Do protective style. I found out that worked for me too. The protective styles, because that will prevent you from manipulating your hair, combing it so often, and it prevents shedding. So do protective styles, and don't manipulate it too much. Deep condition often. So you deep condition it often. It's even best to deep condition every week, even twice a week is good. They say heat is not necessary because your cuticles are already open. That's what I was telling you earlier. And do protein treatment. The high porosity hair love protein. Protein is a must for high porosity hair. Low porosity. Let me see what I have on low porosity. I'm still doing some research on this porosity story. Yeah, but low porosity hair is basically healthy hair, which you just do try not to get it to high porosity, because that's when you're going to need to do a lot of stuff. Let me see about the low porosity. So what do you use when you pre-poo? What do you usually use? Let me know. Chambers Harris, according to Chambers Harris, low porosity hair is like a straw. This is the way how you explain it. If you have a straw and put holes in it, you can take in the liquid easily, but you can't retain the liquid. Once you take it out of the liquid, it's all going to run out of the straw. Hold on. Okay. The easiest way to ensure your hair is getting the moisture it craves is to wash and condition it every week. When you're thirsty, you don't drink conditioner or oil, you drink water. Aside from washing your hair weekly, pro tip can help get your wash day off to a good start. So use an oil that can actually penetrate your strands. Yes, so I'm still learning when it comes to hair, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. I had mine in a protective style, and I put it out, was it last night, and I wash it, and as you can see right here, it's growing. Yeah, it's growing. It's just still like thin, like I don't really have much to the back, but yeah, it's growing right here. I have, this is basically like in the middle of it. I just, while it was wet, I catch it up, put it in, like, use a clip and catch it up same time, and then I put some, I added some oil to it. What is this? Yeah, I added some oils, so I didn't really moisturize it that much. I just catch it up like this because I wanted to come and do the live. Yeah, and that's, so what I do is after shampooing it like a day or two afterwards, because when you have high porosity hair, you have to be moisturizing every day. As soon as I put I moisturize it the following, by the time I wake up, even if I put something on it, the following day it's really dry. So yeah, so when I put it in protective style, I put a lot of moisturizer on it. I use, if you check on my channel, you'll see how I made my moisturizer and what I use in it: the shea butter, coconut oil, castor oil, olive oil, avocado oil, and what else? Yes, and I blend it up, and that's what I use. It's a DIY treatment that I use. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, I put it in a protective style, and then uh I put in some crochet here. It's very easy, and when I just get up and just like do my edges, and then I'm gone, and that's it. And I'll keep that for like a month. I usually keep that hairstyle like for a month. And then last night when I was pulling my hair out, I could still feel the oils and stuff in it. Yeah, so it works, and it actually is growing my hair when I do it like that. Less manipulation and everything. It's very effective when you put your hair in a protective style. If not, every day you're gonna have to get up and comb it, maybe like catched up in a ponytail or something, and that's I mean, it's not really good for your scalp, because usually you can feel it. It's so tender in the middle right here. Like if I do this like ponytail for like a week or a few days. Hi, and welcome to my live. Where have you been? You're always here, so you missed it all. You're gonna have to watch the video when I'm done, okay, girl? Yeah, so, oh Lord. Yeah, so when you put your hair in a protective style, it really helps. Well, it works for me, okay? So that's it on hair porosity. Go ahead and read up, guys, and find out and see how you can find out your hair type. I'm gonna do different type of hair type and stuff on my next video. But in the meantime, find out what your hair porosity is. It's really important when it comes to buying products. I was saying earlier, don't just, usually you see someone with a real nice thick looking hair, healthy looking hair, and then you might like, oh my god, your hair is so nice, what are you using in it? And you tell them, or they'll tell you what they're using in their hair, and then you go out and you buy the product that they're using and you start using it and realize it's not working for you. That is because you might have low porosity hair and that person have high porosity hair, or vice versa. Okay, so find out what type of hair you have, and then find out the products that's best, that works for the type of hair that you have. Okay, it's very important. It's very important that you do that. And also for high porosity hair, I found out that the hot water is not really good to add heat to your hair, even by using the hot water to even wash your hair. Maybe to wash the grease out at first, when you're the first wash the grease out, but when you're done, use cold water. Even though I'm a little scared of using the cold water to wash my hair, because whenever I use the cold water to wash my hair, I feel like I'm catching a cold. I don't know. I always feel like I'm catching a cold when I use cold water to wash my hair. You know, I'm from the Caribbean, and I'm not really used to washing my hair with warm water or hot water. But since I came here, I've been using this hot water to wash my hair, and I think that thing is damaging my hair. So I'm going to change my routine, and I'm going to use cold water. I start to do that, okay? And let's see if it will work. Because if you have high porosity hair, the hot water thing is not really good for it. Okay. Okay, so I was showing this glass of water that I was doing my test on. I put some hair in it. Clean hair. Make sure you wash out all the product from your hair first before you try to do this test. So I put it in like half an hour ago, and it's still sitting on the top. It ain't going nowhere. Some of them is like going down. I don't know if after a while it is going to go down. So this is saying that I have low porosity hair, and I don't have no low porosity hair. So this test, my people, is not really accurate. Okay, so don't go off this test. Look at the characteristics of your hair. See if when you wet your hair, it absorbs the water as soon as you wet it, or if you put the product in it and it absorbs it quickly. See if your hair is dry and brittle as soon as you moisturize it, like a day afterwards. So all of those stuff. If you shed your hair is breaking, or if it's shedding a lot, you more than likely have high porosity hair. Okay guys, so that's it on porosity. As soon as I get more information, I will come and do another video. So that's it. Remember, I'm not a professional. I'm just doing research, and I'm just learning just like you guys, and I'm just sharing it with you. Okay? Thank you for joining, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.